Good morning, you guys. What's up? Hello. Welcome to this beautiful channel. My name is Ashley. If you don't know me, if you do, then you know. But anyway, let's get right into this video. So I went on my Instagram, ley.xsa, and I asked a survey of like, what topic should I do first for this channel? Should I do my skincare routine, my hair care tips, or like just hair care tips? Because I don't have a routine for my hair. Why I'm single, and just a life update. And of course, the most popular one was why I'm single. And a lot of people did ask me about it because I was dating this guy for 3 years and he was like all over my Instagram, and then one day he was just gone. So a lot of people were asking me like what happened, because I didn't say anything. I just, his pictures were just gone, and and it was just pictures of, like, I started posting pictures of just me. So a lot of people were like, yo, she's single, but she didn't say what happened. So that's what today's video is going to be about. I hope that I can entertain you guys for the next like 10 minutes or less. And I hope if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to hear me talk more, subscribe. If you like my beautiful face, subscribe. But without further ado, let's get into it. So, why is it that after 3 years, I'm suddenly single? I'm single because I'm the baddest chick out there, and like no man can handle me. The end. That's it. No, I'm kidding. I'm single because in my previous relationship, I just really was not happy. And I'm not gonna sit here and bash this dude like I didn't like date him and I wasn't all over him for the past 3 years. That's not what this video is about. We're not about the negativity. We're about all the positivity and the love and like learning. So I'm not gonna sit here and bash him, but I wasn't happy, and it was because I loved him more than I loved myself. I did not understand how to put my feelings on the same level as his, so I was putting his feelings over mine and just like repressing any feelings that I had or any emotions that I had, and I kind of just got carried away with it, and I didn't realize how unhappy I was until the whole 2020 coronavirus pandemic, when like everything was shut down and I had nothing but time to think. During my relationship, a lot of it was I was distracted because we were always at theme parks or always going on dates, and it was just like I would feel unhappy, but then we'd go to Disneyland, and it's just like, how can you not be happy at the happiest place on earth? So of course, I'm just like, you know what, I am happy, I'm tripping, or maybe I'm just going through it, or like whatever, because I did suffer from depression when I was in high school, and I still kind of do. So I was thinking like maybe it's just like a phase or a spell or whatever. But I would ignore it because we were always at a theme park or going on a date. But once everything closed during the pandemic, it's just like you have no distractions, you have no places to go to get your mind off of this. So it's just like I kept thinking, why do I feel so hopeless? Why do I feel so bad? Why am I always so stressed out? And it was like, you hate your life. Like you hate your life. Why are you living this kind of life and you don't have to, And I just kept thinking about it, and I'm just like, how do I tell him? And I didn't know how to tell him because again, I was always putting his emotions before mine. So, and that's a lot of the reason why I stayed for so long, because I was just like, I don't know how he's going to react. I don't know if this is going to negatively affect him. I don't know like how he processes stuff like this. So I like struggled with it for like I struggled with it for like a really like long time, between like I want to say April to like August. I struggled with thinking about how to tell him or how to like break the news to him. I actually started causing like drama in our relationship because I was so upset about the relationship that I needed some kind of distraction to get my mind off of my emotions and how unhappy I was. And the drama that I was causing wasn't necessarily like, oh, I'm gonna pick a fight with you just because. A lot of it was like issues that were already issues that I kind of ignored, that I was just like trying to solve. So it was just like, it was a lot of mommy issues because he was mama's boy. It was a lot of like just being irresponsible, and it was just like issues that I just was like accepting for the 3 years that or it was 2.5 then. So it was like issues that I was accepting all that time that I finally just started bringing to the surface because I was just so irritated and there was nothing to distract me from talking about them anymore. So fast forward to August, we kind of, what happened? Oh, in between that period, I got engaged. I've been engaged twice with this man. The first time was 6 months into our relationship. The second time was sometime in May of 2020. So we were engaged. We were about to move in together. We were about to have babies and start a whole family. And everything about that made me uncomfortable. And like, again, I'm not here to bash this man. Like, I still love him, but it's just like, I'm not ready to be anybody's mom. I can't even take care of myself or schedule my own doctor's appointments, like, unless I'm dying. So it's like, there's no way I could take care of another human being right now. I wasn't ready to get married. I'm barely 21. I haven't even seen the world yet. And I'm not saying that you got to sleep around with people or like be in a bunch of relationships to be happy, but it's just like there's a certain kind of independence you have when you're by yourself that allows you to like experience the world a different way than when you're in a relationship, if that makes sense. Because like when you're in a relationship, you kind of have to like appeal to a certain person and you have to like be up under that person, and you can't do things that you want to do as an individual. You have to kind of think about how whatever you do is going to make that person feel. Like, for example, when I wanted to go clubbing when I was 18 or 19, I was with him between the time I got out of high school to like now. So when I was around 19, 20, I wanted to start going to clubs with my single friends because they were going to like 18 plus clubs, and I would have to run it by him because it's just like I wouldn't want him going to a club without me. And then of course he said yeah, but then, you know, after a while, like thinking about it or getting closer to the day, he would get really uncomfortable about it and not want me to go and get kind of upset because I was hanging out with single people. So there is definitely a different kind of, there's an independence to being single and being able to make those kind of choices and like decisions on your own and not having to worry about like taking another person's feelings into account. And I definitely feel like I didn't get a chance to live like being single or being independent because I was heavily invested in that relationship. So I was just like, there's no way I'm ready to get married right now. There's no way I'm ready to have kids. And like moving in together, we moved in 2 years into our relationship, and it wasn't bad, but it was just like it wasn't bad. It was an adjustment. It's like being by yourself for so long and then having somebody to come home to. I think that was one of the things I missed the most after we broke up, because it was just like there was no one in my bed late at night. And I'm like, I'm not trying to be selfish or anything, but it's just like when you get used to sleeping next to somebody, it's a little weird or unsettling when you're by yourself again. You have nobody to sleep next to you. Like I have a bunch of stuffed animals, but they don't get warm and they don't like hug you back or cuddle you or whatever. So that was one of the things that I definitely like missed the most and kind of was sad about too. But in September, we actually like talked about it, or kind of like just broke the ice, because I remember I was working. I had just started a full-time job. Oh, it was my first full-time job, like, or second full-time job, because I think I was full-time a little bit at Universal. So my second full-time job, and I remember coming home one night after like my client, because I work with disabled individuals. My client was screaming the whole time, and she was like having a behavior basically, and just like very like aggravated. And sitting in a room with somebody screaming for about 6 to 8 hours, that is nerve-wracking, and that will literally drive you crazy. Like I came home and my ears were still ringing because it's just like she just was screaming the whole time. And I remember just laying in bed crying because I was thinking about like how unhappy I was with my life. And I remember he asked me like, yo, are you crying? And I told him like, I'm fine. And then I just went in the bathroom and I sat on the floor and I cried all night. And then like I didn't get any sleep. I just sat there crying and just thinking about like, I'd rather like thinking about, and this is really sad and I don't need help, I'm fine now, but I was really contemplating taking my life that night because I wasn't sure if leaving the relationship was worth living anymore, because I was just like, I'm never going to find another man like this. And I'm not saying that he was like the best man I'll ever find, but you know, it's just like when you get that emotionally and physically and mentally attached to somebody, it's hard to just like break off. And for some reason I didn't think I was going to find anybody else who would love me or marry me or do anything like that. And I was just like, what's the point? I'd rather like end it than stay in a relationship with this dude. And it was really dark. I had to do a lot of praying and a lot of soul searching. But then after that night, I don't think I slept for like 30 hours. And then I finally crashed and I called out of work because I just couldn't. And that's like later on, after that, we finally had that conversation that needed to be had. And I just told him what was up, how I was feeling. And at first he didn't understand. He was just like, we're so good, what are you talking about? And he was like feeding into the facade that was there, and it really made me upset, because not upset, but it made me like go into denial again, because I was just like, there's nothing wrong, like I'm tripping. Like if he doesn't see a problem, then how could there possibly be a problem? Like I'm clearly the one that's losing it. Like I don't know, I have something so good that I just want to throw it away because I don't know how to like deal with it. And that really wasn't the case. It was just like he was just in denial too. So after like going back and forth, we finally came to like a mutual agreement where we were going to like take a break from each other, and we were going to, instead of moving into the place that we're going to move into, which I'm in right now, instead of moving into there together, I was going to be the one that stayed and moved into it or whatever, and he was going to go find him a place, or he had found him a place, and we were going to just like take a break from each other. But I didn't think a break was the right call, because I'm like, break means you're just like taking some time away, you're getting back together, and I feel like I don't know myself enough to like just hop back into a serious relationship like that. Like I really lost who I was trying to be the woman this guy not wanted, because I don't know, I just lost who I was, like trying to please him and trying to cater to him, and it really made me depressed, because I noticed a lot about myself was changing, and I didn't like it, but I also didn't know how to say that I didn't like it or stop it. So we decided to like officially like break all the way up, and I told him, I was just like, I don't know if I'm ready for another relationship, or at least until I'm 25, at least until I've got some more world experience and like kind of seen the world and understand a little bit more what it has to offer, as well as like learn how to love myself and become more spiritual and like more at peace. Because I feel like loving yourself is the main thing you can do, or you have to do. You cannot get into a relationship with somebody if you don't love yourself, because you're gonna lose yourself in them. Like I was trying to change him, and not change him like, oh, you gotta dress a certain way. No, like change his mindset, like, oh, instead of living in an apartment like for the rest of your life, let's buy a house, let's make big money moves. And it was just like I kept trying to change him into that mindset, but then he ended up changing my mind into his mindset, and I didn't notice it right away, because it was hard to notice. It's just like we're over here talking about buying a house, talking about doing this, but then we turn around and move into an apartment, and we're talking about how we're going to start our life here and start having kids, and we're going to like live here for the next 10 or 15 years. And I'm like, that's not the plan that I wanted to have. But at the same time, I didn't say anything. I'm like, okay, as long as we buy a house like 10 years from now or 20 years from now, or as long as we have a house one day, who cares? And it was like, that's not how I was trying to live. But I was allowing that kind of like energy to take over me, because I didn't love myself enough to like not only say something, but as like express my feelings or my viewpoints across my views across the table. Sorry, sometimes I can't speak, but that's okay. You understand what I'm trying to say. But yeah, so to answer why I'm single because I was not happy, and my relationship was not healthy, and yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say. I'm going back to the being distracted. It was a lot of it came from social media as well. I was posting pictures of us like crazy whenever I would feel bad. And people would always be like, oh, you guys are relationship goals, or does he have a cousin or a brother, or like some stupid mess like that. And I was thinking like, okay, like you must be happy, like you're in this good relationship that everybody's validating for you, like why are you tripping? And it was like, that's not healthy either. If you have to post pictures on Instagram and have other people validate your feelings, you're not happy at all. And I was not happy, but I just, like I said, repressed it. So I'm single because I'm trying to find myself and be happy, and like just do me for now, and just like learn, experience the world, see what it has to offer me, make new friends, connections, the whole 9 yards. And yeah. I mean, I don't know what else to say. If you guys have any questions, I'm an open book. I don't mind telling y'all anything about my relationship, because I feel like like what I went through could probably help somebody else, if that makes sense. So it's just like the mistakes that I made may help you or somebody that you know, or like whoever. So it's just like, if you have any questions about like what I did wrong in my relationship, or what I did right, or like how to see signs or anything like that, please feel free to like comment below, email me, hit me up on Instagram, like hit me up on Instagram, Snapchat, whatever. I do not mind talking about my relationship. I'll make more videos if you guys really want to know, because I feel like if I had seen some videos like this, or like watched or had somebody to talk to about it, then I probably wouldn't have made the mistakes I made, and I probably wouldn't have like let it on for as long as I did. And that was another issue with me though. I don't like asking for help. I would rather figure out how to do something on my own than to ask for help. And that is exactly what I did during my relationship. I stopped talking to like all my female friends, all my male friends. I stopped talking to everybody, and I was just like, this is my only friend. This man is my only friend. He's the only person I'm ever need. If I have an issue, I could just go to him about it. And it was just like, how do you go to the person you have an issue with and discuss your issue? Like, you can't. So if you guys have any questions or just want to talk to me, I'm always here. I don't do anything like other than like work, but I'm an open book, and I love talking, as you can see. So like, if you ever want to talk, you know, just hit my line. Yeah, and I hope to post more videos on this channel. I hope to get like inspire and also like help, and I really want to learn from you guys as well, because I feel like everybody has something to offer, and you can never like have too much information. You're always learning something new. Okay, so that's the end of this video. I'll probably post more about why I'm single later on, because I mean, there are some personal reasons why I'm gonna stay single, but that's why I'm no longer in the relationship with my ex. My next video is probably going to be about, I think life advice was the next one, or life update, not advice. Life update was the next one, I think. Either that one or skincare. One of them had like one more than the other, so one of those is going to be like the next topic of like the next video. I hope you guys enjoyed listening to me talk for more than 10 minutes about my previous relationship. And I hope you guys like, subscribe, share, everything. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you. Bye.